So this week is all about mindset and how our mindset affects our success and happiness. And I'm going to start with a bit of a personal story to tell you a little bit how mindset has affected me. So a couple of weeks ago, I hopped on Facebook and I got one of those Facebook memories, those the pictures where it's like you 5 years ago on this date. And it's a picture of me and some friends about 5 years ago. And I look completely different. I have long, dark, almost jet black hair. And it was a flash back into the past. And I looked at that picture and I wanted to hop through my phone and give that girl in the picture a hug and tell her that everything was going to be okay. So the thing is, about 5 years ago, I was not a very happy person. I was living in LA. I had a great life. I had this beautiful apartment up in the Hollywood Hills. Missed that apartment. I was pursuing a career that I was really passionate about. I was acting. I had great friends. I was making decent money. I had a car that I had paid off that was great. I had a great life, but I wasn't happy. I didn't like myself. I beat up on myself. I was incredibly mean to myself. The words I would use to talk about myself in my head and then to talk about myself to others were harsh. They were mean. They were cruel. I didn't believe in myself. Every time I would book an acting job, I thought that I was fooling people. I felt like a fraud. I thought I had somehow tricked the casting director, somehow tricked the director, somehow tricked the producer, and that it was a big joke and that they were going to find me out any second. They'd figure it out. I was going around life desperately looking for applause and looking for validation. And I'd get it, but it didn't amount to anything because I didn't believe what I got. It's so cliche when we hear that whole "you have to love yourself first" thing. I used to cringe when I heard that, but it's so true. None of the applause meant anything at all because I didn't believe it. So fast forward to today. Obviously, my life is very different. I have blonde hair, which is pretty funny to me, but my entire life is different. I live in a different city. I live in New York City. I have a different career. I've built my business from the ground up. I live with my person in a great apartment. But that was never the problem in LA. I never had a bad life. What was the problem was my mindset and what I thought about myself. And I can say today that I have changed internally on a very deep level. My entire mindset is different. And I can say that I actually like myself, which is crazy for me to hear myself say out loud, and crazy to hear that I never used to say that. And this is one of the reasons that mindset plays such an integral part in the work I do with my one-on-one coaching clients, because I've witnessed it change my life personally, and I witness it every week change the lives of my clients. It's pretty remarkable. Lose my headset. It's pretty remarkable to see how our mindset can affect our exterior world, like quite drastically. So what I'm doing for the next 3 weeks, starting today, is I'm giving you a mindset makeover. I'm hopping on here and I'm hopping on the blog to do a mindset makeover so I can share some of these tools and some of this so that you can begin to shift your mindset as well. I'm a really big believer that our mindset is the foundation for everything we do. You can have all the tools in the world. You can take all the courses. You can have all the money. You can fill out all the worksheets in the world. You can get all the free signups in the world. But if that mindset piece isn't strong, if you don't have that success mindset piece in place, you'll sabotage the hell out of yourself. You won't show up and do the work, or you will, and you'll create what you want and you won't enjoy it. You won't like what you've done. You won't believe in yourself. You won't have that happiness piece that is so important for all of us. So today I want to start with diving into mindset. And what is this mindset stuff? When I say mindset, what does it even mean? When I started working on my mindset 5 years ago, I didn't know what mindset was. I just showed up every day and started writing affirmations. I didn't even believe in them. I thought they were a little woo-woo, but I would just sit there and write them all day long. I didn't know all the science behind it that I do now. So our mindset is essentially all of our thoughts and beliefs. And those thoughts and beliefs, they create the parameter or the boundaries by which we live our life. So I don't know if I have any Game of Thrones watchers out here, but if you watch Game of Thrones, this is a great way to think about our mindset. So our mind is essentially the kingdom, and our mindset is like whoever's ruling that kingdom at the time. So if you have Cersei on the throne, for example, ruling the kingdom, you have a kingdom that is really scared. Everyone's very terrified. She's got all the power. There's war going on. Everyone is just freaked out and everyone's running amok. Now, if you put a Daenerys on the throne of your kingdom, of your mind, suddenly you believe in magic. You can walk through fire. You can literally birth dragons, all because you have a different person ruling your kingdom. So our mind works the same way. Change who's in charge, change that mindset that is in charge, and everything else changes. So a little more about how that works. So our mindset, again, is those thoughts and beliefs. Those thoughts and beliefs we have, they affect the actions that we do or don't take. They affect how we take those actions. And then those actions that we're taking or that we're not taking, which often happens, those go and create the results we get. Now, the results we get, those go right back and reinforce those thoughts and beliefs. So it's a bit of a loop, and it can work for us or it can work against us. Really, really important. So you can see that mindset piece is the first part of that loop and why that's all so important. So the other thing that's really important to know about our mindset is it's been shown that about 95 to 99% of all of our conscious action, all of our conscious thoughts, everything we're doing starts in our subconscious mind. I know, that's crazy. So again, that's 95 to 99% of our conscious action. It's getting its start in our subconscious mind. For anyone watching thinking, what am I supposed to do with that? How do I affect my subconscious mind? This is what I'm so excited about. This is what is so great to know. We have the ability to rewire our brain. I'm sure some of you have heard me talk about this before. This is something I'm absolutely fascinated with. We all have the ability to rewire our brain. And here's what's really cool. Through thought alone, we can rewire our brain. So through thought alone, we can create change in our mind. We can change that subconscious thought pattern. We can change that mindset. And then, again, that goes on to change the way we take action and to change those results we get. Pretty exciting stuff. But this is why it is so important that we start to become aware of our mindset and we start to see what's going on with our mindset, because it's really hard to create that change and to rewire our brain if we don't know what we're changing. So today I have an action step for you as part of this mindset makeover. All change begins with awareness. It is, I can't say it enough. It is so important that we start with that awareness. So what I want for you to do over the next week is to start listening to your thoughts and start paying attention to your thoughts. Listen to, what are you saying to yourself? How are you talking about yourself? How are you talking about others? Where do you find yourself having judgments? Are you having judgments about others? I don't usually like to say focus on the negative, but listen for those negative thoughts. Are you using negative words? Are you saying negative things about yourself? Are you having limiting thoughts like I can't do this or I can't do that? Pay attention to those thoughts, and for the next week, track those thoughts. You can use the little note section in your phone, or you can get a notebook. And for 1 week, I want you just to jot down what are those thoughts and track them and practice listening. Now, it's really important here. I want us to go with no judgment. We're going with compassion. Judging ourselves is absolutely nothing to help us here. We want to go with curiosity. So we're just going to get curious about those thoughts. And then next week, I'll hop back and we're going to take those thoughts and we're going to start to work on shifting them and shifting that mindset. But again, it all starts with that awareness. So that is your action step for this week. So just to recap, our mindset is so important. Our mindset is that foundation. It affects our actions affect our results, and our results go right back and reinforce our mindset. And this week, your action step is on creating that awareness. And now I would love to hear from you. If you've been watching this, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was. And if you're a Game of Thrones watcher, I want to know, because I'm pretty obsessed with that show right now. But let me know, who's ruling your kingdom? Is it a Cersei? Is it a Daenerys? Is it someone else? Who's ruling that kingdom? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to check this blog out and you want to sign up so you get the next 2 weeks of this mindset makeover, I put the link in there. You can hop over there and sign up for it and join me. So thank you for watching. I will see you next week, and I'm wishing you a version of success. Happy weekend.